So you're thinking about sailing on Radiance of the Seas. Is it good for kids? It's a pretty small ship and it's fairly old. So let's look at what they have to offer. Now, while Radiance is a smaller ship, one of the things I want to point out to you is how large all these spaces for children are. So the Royal Tots area that you're going to see now is actually significantly bigger than most of the Royal Tot areas. When you see it, I mean, they have a slide in there, they have tons of other things going on, toys, and it's a pretty decent sized room with really almost ample play area for maybe 20 to 30 kids. It's pretty neat. So for such a small ship to have such a big area for a nursery just dedicated to that is awesome. Next up, let's talk about Adventure Ocean. So this is going to be from 3 to about age 12. So my daughter loved going there. Every day we walked down there. Sometimes she would even run down the hallway to get there. They have this really cool colored hallway as you're going down there. Make the corner and wait till you see this. This place is huge as well. You have your check-in desk right here. And then this is huge. You have this open area right here. And then they have a couple classrooms off to the side. This was the Aquanauts classroom that you're looking at right now. So this is where the 3 to maybe 5-year-olds hang out. They had that cool area in the back where they could watch movies. They had this arts and crafts desk. They had their own bathroom in there. You see these tables where they do their arts and crafts. It was a pretty nice area for those kids. Then as we move further back, you'll see this is looking kind of back where we just were, looking across that kind of rounded wall. Another area here keeps going. They have all these like signs and crafts that they've done with children on the wall. And this was on check-in day. So you'll see kids running around, parents checking them in. You have this huge open play area back here. And a lot of the times, because there wasn't that many kids on boards, they would just be playing this open area as well, which was pretty neat. And as you can see, I mean, there is a ton of space and a ton of things for them to do here, which was really, really cool. Now this is the other half of the room that we're seeing. See, they have more TVs, more lockers for stuff. They have a solar system on the one side, a basketball hoop over here for the little kids. I mean, I was genuinely impressed by what they had to offer. One of the funny things is even the bathroom signs are like made for kids. Instead of men and women, it's boys and girls. You see, they kind of like stick figured over them. It's kind of funny. And then of course, as always, they have all the teachers there, where they're from, what they like to do, what their new names are. They all got cute names like Miss Cherry or Sushi or Spicy. So it was kind of neat to see them all. And the children are like in love with these teachers. Our daughter loves spending time with them. You have an older kid, maybe a teenager, 12 and up. They go to this place called Optics, which almost looks like it was set up to be a bar lounge area, but for teens specifically. So they get the foosball table there. They have their own like little bar hangout area, kind of cool. You see they have a dance floor. There's always music playing in there. They have the lights going, kind of like they're at their own little club area, kind of neat. As they walk around, you'll see towards the back of this place, is going to actually be just past the bar, which I never saw anybody serving them anything back there, but I guess they could. But just past that bar, you'll see they have Wii U stations, Xbox stations, all sorts of stuff for teenagers to come have fun. I thought it was a pretty cool setup. And once again, this is a pretty decent sized room for the smaller ship. So what about outside? What is there to do for a kid maybe outside of a room? As you can tell by this map, Adventure Beach and the sports courts are right there, and they're right behind Adventure Ocean, which is the kids area. So they're real close if you're coming to pick up your kid or drop off your kid waiting for Adventure Ocean to open. So right outside of it, the first thing we're going to come to is Adventure Beach. This is not like Splashaway Bay in any way, shape, or form. Splashaway Bay on the bigger ships is the splash pad area where you have the water bucket that dumps on them. You have this huge jungle gym slide thing that they can play on, and you'll see some like the Freedom class and the Oasis class and likely the Icon now. However, on this much smaller ship, on the Radiance class, they had Adventure Beach. So let's take a look at Adventure Beach. So you can see it is a very, very small wading pool. Maybe 6 foot, maybe 7 foot round. You see I have a couple fish statues and like a water splashing area. And the only cool feature I can really talk about is gonna be this huge slide that wraps all the way around. It is a water slide. The problem is if your kids are too short, they can't ride it by themselves, which means you're gonna have to do it with them. Now, what I will say was that was actually really fun for us. It happened to be cold when we were sailing, so initially it wasn't actually the greatest because the water was freezing and it was freezing outside. However, my daughter really enjoyed it, and I actually have a video for that right now so you can see what that looks like. So as you can see, it's a pretty cool slide for the kiddos, very easy for them to ride with you. It's not super long, but my daughter did absolutely love it. We must have rode this thing 15, 20 times that one day alone. If you're not feeling adventurous going on the big slide with your child, they do have this really small dolphin slide for the children that goes right into that like splash wading area you'll see here. And that's really it. Here's a look again at Adventure Beach. As you can see, not a whole lot of room, not a whole lot going on. Just know that your options here are very limited for pool area for a child. So that is an all-encompassing tour of Adventure Beach. Kind of lame overall, minus the water slide you get to do with your kiddo. The pool area, there's one giant pool here that you can see, and that's really it. There isn't much of a shallow area for kids to play at, so we didn't spend much time in this pool, but I did want you to see the pool area, and just kind of know what you're dealing with. It's basically straightforward. There's those 2 hot tubs in the pool, and that's it. As you can see from this angle, there are those steps kind of down into where the water might be splashing up if there are waves, but the pool doesn't have like that beach easy entry area that a lot of these other pools do for the kids to hang out and splash in. If the waves aren't rocking and kicking the water out of the pool, they're either in the deep end of the pool, which is the entire pool, or they're not in the pool. Radiance does have a putt-putt golf course. How they squeezed in this entire course around this ship on the back like this, I don't really know, but it was pretty cool. I went ahead and filmed the whole thing so you can see it. Now, when you're looking at it, you will see there are a lot of seams in the AstroTurf. It is kind of feeling its age, but overall, it's not in terrible shape. It's a pretty easy thing to do with a kid, and I'm sure younger kids won't mind. Just golf professionals like my dad might get upset. He's not really a golf professional, but he does take his golf fairly seriously. There is a sports court on there. It's really small. It's a half basketball court. They do play pickleball on it sometimes, and they also set up soccer there. That's really all there is. It's one court, so there's going to be a lot of waiting if there's people there wanting to play sports. I know we were waiting about 30 minutes in between rounds of pickleball, so just know that due to limited size, that's all you really get. Now with the pickleball courts or sports courts on your left, you get the splash pad on your right, and then directly in front of you as you're walking across, you're gonna come up to their rock climbing wall. So they do have a rock climbing wall on this as well. And then you see they do have cornhole right there, or bag toss, I guess is what they're calling it. So you do have this other option. And other than that, guys, there is not much more on Radiance of the Seas for kids to do. So if you're tossing this up against Grandeur of the Seas, which we just did, what is there for kids to do on Grandeur of the Seas video that you can watch here. It is nice for them to have a place to play in some kind of splash area that's not super deep, as opposed to the 6 or 8 foot deep pool, where Grandeur literally only has that pool area, and it is what it is. So comparing those 2 ships, I'd say there are things for kids to do. It's just gonna be what's best for you and your family. Hopefully this video has helped you make a better decision on which cruise you wanna take with your family, and if the Radiance class is the right class for you. Thank you guys for supporting our channel, and consider clicking on this video here for some more cruise related content.